So here is how my yard is shaping up. I have some begonias, impatiens, coleus, and I have some little tiny morning glories that I want to grow up the gutter. So that's done. And over here I have my arborvitae that I planted last year, and it's doing really well. And I have some more impatiens. So this part of the garden is finished too. And over here I have a beautiful blue hosta that came up from last year. And I have some salvia that comes back every year. And this flower here is just in a pot. This is going to be a little fairy garden. I have to get those things out yet. And some more coleus and some begonias. And all this stuff over here is actually a weed, but it looks kind of pretty. It really takes over though. So then I have my pots of begonias and impatiens out here. I have a zucchini that's trying to make it, but it has some powdery mildew on there, but I did spray it and I see it's getting a few new flowers, so I don't know. I don't have luck with zucchini. I'm going to try and save that, see what happens. And I have some fennel and a little tomato that I started from the tomato slice seeds. And this is borage, whatever. It's starting to bloom. It has these beautiful blue flowers, and they say they're edible. And I have some stevia, and this goes well with beans. It's called, I think they use it in Hispanic cooking. It's called epazote. Never used it before, never planted it before, but I do like beans. And I have some sage, a mushroom herb, and my petunias over here are doing really well. And I have a little impatiens back there too. And then I still have a couple of peaches on my little peach tree that I just got this year. I don't know if you can see that. There's a couple. There's like maybe 3 on there. It had more, but the rest of them sort of dried up. So it's the first year. I don't know. I'm hoping it comes back next year if I keep it in this pot, because I'm not going to take it in the house. So we'll see what happens with that. And then I have my little Japanese maple. That's doing well. And I have a rhododendron here. And I have all strawberries planted along here. So, but usually the little chipmunks get them before I do. I have chamomile planted here with another one of my little tomatoes from the slice. And this is a patio tomato, and it's starting to get some little flowers. So that's doing well. Over here, my tomatoes are going crazy. So they're doing very well, actually. And they're different kinds. This is a grape tomato here, and this is, I forget which kind this is. I don't see the, well, anyway, it's another tomato. And my little marigold there. And then these are all tomatoes. They started out really small. They're getting very nice and tall. I have to go in and see if I need to prune out some of the growth in between. But those are doing very nicely. And over here is my vegetable garden. And everything's coming up there too. my beans. I have black beans over there, and I have some other beans here. I have a couple of red cabbage and a broccoli, of course some marigolds. And here I have my cucumbers. They're starting to go. I usually end up, a lot of times they get powdery mildew too, but they're doing well right now. And I sprayed my cabbage there. It's getting eaten by something. And there, my radishes are up. And these are 2 Brussels sprouts. They're doing well. Over here, sorry, I got to get through the fence. I have some peppers and some marigolds and some peas and leeks. So, and over there in the far box, I had planted some bok choy and some corn, but that's not coming up, so if that doesn't come up, then I'm going to plant something else in there. I don't know what yet. So anyway, that's my little garden so far, and things are shaping up. Let me go over here this way. This is my forsythia that I cut way back. This thing goes like bananas every year. So, and over here is a little view of my little patio garden. I just planted a whole box of gladiolas there, and I'm going to try planting some lettuce on top of it and see what happens. And over here, the dogs ate all my lemongrass, and that's lemon balm. And over here is pineapple sage and lemon verbena, which they're starting to eat too. So yeah, it's shaping up. I have my bird baths. This is from outside of the garden. So I have my little bird baths here and my old rickety bench that I really like. Nobody really sits on it except the dogs, but I like it for the ambiance. And there's my deck. Finally getting my hummingbird feeders set up way over there. I still have to get them out. So that's that. And then over this way, everything is nice and green. That is a little Rainer cherry tree that hasn't produced anything yet, but I'm hopeful. Those are my favorite kinds. This Japanese maple has gone absolutely crazy. Look at the size of that. It's a little Japanese maple. So my magnolia has gotten really big this year, but it's done blooming. I have all these pines in the back here. And this maple tree I planted about 4 or 5 years ago, and it's really gotten tall. That there is a pussy willow, and this tree over here, this little pine, is a hemlock. I used to have 2 of them, but one of them died, but this one's doing real well. So, and this is another view of the pussy willow tree. And then I have all these woods back here behind my house. And so it's very private back here. And this is my neighbor's gardening. She does have some roses. She doesn't like too much gardening, but the roses are really pretty. And every once in a while I go swipe one because she doesn't really take them in. And she doesn't care. So, I mean, we've been best friends for over 40 years. So, but these are really pretty. Funny thing is, she really doesn't do anything to them. They just kind of come back and they volunteer every year. They volunteer to give her some flowers, and these are red. Used to be all planted along here, was all roses, and I used to have the same thing, but after my trees grew big, they all died out. There wasn't enough sun. So this is a view of my garden, and it's the middle of June, so I finally got everything planted. I still have to do a little weeding here on the walkway, but it grows moss, which I really like. I like the look of the moss. So that's it, my friends. This is how my garden looks in June, and I'll update again next month and we'll see what's blooming then. And of course, these are my herbs again, which are doing fantastic. Flowers are doing great too. So, and I got all these flowers planted. And this is quite a show when they really get going. They're really pretty. The whole thing fills in. So, and my clematis here, it's everywhere. There's two different ones here. There's this light purple one, and then there's a smaller variety here that has real dark purple flowers. They're smaller, but that hasn't blossomed yet. So anyway, this is my garden after. It was a lot of work, but I really enjoy it. I think I'll make myself a cup of coffee and come out and enjoy the day since it isn't raining for a change. And anyway, I'm going to go relax a little bit. And I'm wishing you all abundant blessings. I love you guys. And I'll see you next time.